The amazing thing about Africa is that we sit with such a large piece of the world's population, and the thing that makes it even better, and no one in the world can ever compete with Africa when it comes to that, is our genetic diversity. If your product works very well in Africa, it will work very well in Scandinavia, in China, South America. It will work very well anywhere in the world.
Hi, my name is Adriaan Kruger and I'm the co-founder and CEO of NuvoteQ.
We digitize clinical research within the African continent. When you look at the clinical research landscape and the amount of funding that is spent in Africa, we only receive between 3 and 4% of the funding. And I think the big reason for that is because the way that clinical research projects are conducted is very old school, very paper driven, which is prone to a lot of errors. I got to know a very good friend of mine, his industry a lot more because he was in a similar position than me, so we both did our studies together, and he told me about this world of clinical research. He just said there's a big gap in the market. A lot of the clinical research projects in Africa, the majority, 99%, still run on paper. We need to see if we can build a software platform that digitizes the way how clinical trials are conducted. Anything that has to do with a clinical research project, whether it's the data capturing of it or the analysis of the data, anything to do with a research project, the software that we make available to the researchers, we try and make it available at an affordable price. We were a small team, we were 3 people. We were quite lucky that people gave us a chance early on. Here in Pretoria, we had a local customer that gave us a chance to test that our software at least. It wasn't ready yet. It had to go through a lot of quality assurance processes. Yeah, when we still that small, one person, we were like between the 3 of us, we did everything. We took shortcuts because we had to. I think the biggest thing that we always say, we didn't know what we didn't know. So we knew we had to build a software platform it should be user-friendly. It allows you to capture data, medical data from patients in an easy way. But we totally underestimated the regulatory complexities that this industry has. We totally respect and understand it where we are today, because we deal with highly sensitive matters and we deal with new products that you have to put on the market that often is pediatric products. My team often teased me because I often gave stuff away for free. I just said, yeah, we can give you this software, you don't have to pay, or yeah, we'll do this enhancement for free. And it's just in the beginning to get those customers to use our software. Now we don't do that thing anymore because they hold me accountable. Yeah, it was in the beginning, I was definitely through the people who gave us our initial round of investment that opened up many doors for us.
The company has really grown exponentially since I've started here. Almost every month there's new employees being introduced to us, and I think that in itself shows positive growth. The team culture is really special and unique. It's not something you're going to get at every company. This team is really wholeheartedly built by the people of the company. You can really know that you will be supported in your work and outside your work. It's a true family relationship. Adriaan really treats everyone as if they're his friend and his employee. There's no hierarchical structure in this company. He really leads with just being himself, and that's really unique.
When we were 3 people, we did everything just between the 3 of us, but now we are 50 people, and so we have to start putting things in place, and you have to trust someone else to do what you always used to do. So I think I've learned to trust people around me like 100%, and I think slowly but surely they will again start trusting the people around them, and that's the only way that we can really grow exponentially as a business. As we move into other regions, there's definitely things there that are quite localized. So data privacy laws of Brazil is different from what it is in Kenya and is different from what it is in India. So there is something that is a constant challenge that we have to keep track of, but it's as a whole, because our industry is governed by global standards. As long as we meet those global standards, we can actually deploy our software or our consulting services in any country in the world. In the beginning, like once again, let's rewind 10 years, we had 1 research center and 1 academic hospital. For years, we were only like a small group of locations that used our software, and today of where all of our research platforms are running, and we have like 400 research centers in 60 countries that use our software today. That's quite something. We plotted it now like on a map across the world to see where all the different people are who use our software today. And often at a conference we meet people that I've never met before, and then they come to our booth and they say, oh yeah, we actually use your software in a study in Uruguay or something like that. So it's pretty cool to see how this is slowly but surely snowballing. It obviously brings stress, and we need to plan for it and make sure that everything's in place. But yeah, that's something I'm quite proud of, to see the footprint that we have today across the globe of people using the software. We have a couple of different sort of revenue models. The traditional one, how we started and how we're still doing it today, is software as a service, so subscription model. On the one side, where some of our platforms, we have a fixed monthly fee that we charge per research project or per clinical trial. So for as long as this trial runs, there's a flat fee that the CRO or the pharma company pay to us. And in there, they can load all the doctors, the nurses, all the research centers. It's like a flat fee. And then the other part of our subscription model is more similar to like Office 365, where it's more per user, per feature, per month. And then we have a traditional consulting arm where we sell time at an hourly rate. So whether it's solution design or biostatistical consulting or medical writing or software development or business analysis, we have these roles where it's like a traditional consulting model that we offer the services to our customers. We compete against people that are based out of Silicon Valley or out of the startup community in the Netherlands or the UK, and we, being from Africa, we underestimate ourselves often, but we have now seen that we deliver a quality basis. We really punch above our weight. When we started the business, we were quite naive and immature in the way that we raised funding and money. I think there is definitely, if I can go back in time and tell my younger self, I would say be forward thinking, be more Silicon Valley when you raise money or get funding in the beginning. We like bootstrapped it, and then we gave away all our shares for a small amount of money. So we didn't know what we didn't know, but knowing what all the things that I know now with venture capital and people helping young startups with funding, I think I would have done the financing in the beginning a lot better. But yeah, I think for people, new startups or new founders, really investigate, first of all, the industry. Second of all, there's lots of mechanisms for you to get your hands on some funding, and you have to be well versed. Those are two things that I didn't do, that I will do if I can do it all over again. There's lots of different types of programs and competitions, but I think ABH, definitely the following that it has, and is definitely a very prestigious competition to be part of. If we're lucky enough to make it into the top 10, I think we definitely put those funds to good use to make even a bigger impact with more innovative ways on the continent. Our industry is quite small. I think everyone in South Africa, as an example, that work in this industry almost know each other. It's like really a small community. But ABH is industry agnostic, so it's quite wide. And then through this, someone sees something on social and they never knew that I did this, and they actually have a friend who's also in the industry, and then they introduce me to that person. So I think the reach that ABH has definitely had a positive impact on me personally and on our business, and I think it will continue to do so should we move forward in the program. We are now at that part of the curve where things get nice. We've built a lot of trust in our industry. It's taken years to get where we are now. People now reach out to us when they want to do a research project. But I think really capitalizing on our regulatory, the know-how that we have on the industry, and the regulatory guidelines that you have to follow, and combine that with the AI wave. I think there are so many applications, so many things that we can do within our industry using the power of LLMs, but you have to do it in a highly regulated and restricted way. I think that's a big part of what we're going to tackle over the next 2 to 5 years. And see if we can get into other low and middle income countries. I think we're servicing the Asian market, but just really India very well. We have a small footprint now in South America. We have a big footprint in Africa. I think there's so much more in Africa that we can do. So maybe finding local partners in hubs like maybe Rwanda, Kenya, Ghana, Egypt. There's a lot of activity there, and finding local partners there that can use our software. We want to build some AI products, SaaS products that we can take to market. So it'd be cool to see how we can do that.